Have you ever stopped to think about how many people around you are trying to control you? It is no coincidence that there is an ancient Japanese philosophy that teaches you how to recognize who is trying to manipulate you. The truth is, manipulators always use the same phrases. And what if I told you that you could identify all of them in less than 10 minutes? I am a specialist in human behavior and Eastern philosophy, and today I'm going to show you the 8 things a manipulator would say to you. But wait, because the last thing I'm going to show you is something most people are used to hearing, and it's the most dangerous of them all. Let's go! Manipulators are smart. They understand psychology better than anyone you know. And the first thing a manipulator always says is, "I'm doing this for you." Sounds nice, doesn't it? It seems caring. It seems like love. But here's the problem. When someone says they're doing something for you, what they're really doing is creating emotional debt. In Zen philosophy, there's a concept called mushin, which means mind without self. A manipulator does the opposite. They put themselves at the center. They say they're doing something for you, but what they want is for you to feel indebted. They want you to do things to repay that debt. That's pure control disguised as generosity. The second thing a manipulator says is, "No one else would do this for you." That's fear, pure fear. A manipulator wants you to believe they are unique, that without them, you're lost. Eastern philosophy speaks about being connected to everything and everyone, but a manipulator isolates you. They want you to depend only on them. When someone says no one else would do something for you, what they're doing is creating an illusion of scarcity. They want you to be afraid of losing them, and when you're afraid, you do things you normally wouldn't. The third thing is, you don't understand why I'm like this. This phrase is too clever. A manipulator uses it to create mystery around themselves. They want you to spend time trying to understand them instead of questioning their actions. It's like a game. They're telling you you're not smart enough to understand. And when someone makes you feel stupid, you try to prove you're not. You try to understand. You try to be better, all to gain their approval. And while you do that, they continue controlling you without you even realizing it. The fourth thing a manipulator does is distort reality. They say things you know aren't true, but they say them with so much confidence that you start doubting your own mind. You start thinking, did I remember wrong? Did I misinterpret? This is called gaslighting, and it's devastating. Zen philosophy talks about seeing reality as it is, but a manipulator wants you to see reality as they say it is. They want to cloud your perception. And when you can't trust yourself, you need to trust them. And that's the trick. The fifth thing is, I'll change. This is the sweetest lie a manipulator tells. They promise change. And you believe it because you want to believe. You love them and want them to be better. So they change for a week, 2, 3, and then they go back to normal. But you've already invested so much emotionally that it becomes easier to just accept it. And they know that. They use this phrase like a hook. And every time you walk away, that promise brings you back. The sixth thing a manipulator says is, if you really loved me. This combines love with guilt. It mixes a pure feeling with pure control. A manipulator puts you in a position where you have to choose between loving yourself or loving them. And because you love them, you choose them. Even if it means ignoring your own mental health. Even if it means doing things you know are wrong. Because in your mind, love means sacrifice. But that's not love. Real love doesn't ask you to disappear. The seventh thing is, you're so sensitive, or you're so fragile, or why are you so angry? A manipulator uses this to invalidate your feelings. They want you to feel like your emotions aren't important, that you are the problem, that you're overreacting. And when you start believing your feelings don't matter, you stop trusting them. You stop standing up for yourself. You simply accept what they do because you think your reactions are exaggerated. Now we've come to the eighth thing, and this is the most dangerous. A manipulator says, I'm the only one who understands you. They create this illusion that there's a special understanding between you, something unique, something no one else can have. This is a false connection. This is an elaborate trap. Because when you believe only one person understands you, you become tied to them. You can't leave because you believe if you do, you'll lose the only person who truly sees you. But here's the truth that ancient Japanese philosophy has always known. You are complete without anyone. You already have everything you need within you. A manipulator knows this. That's why they try to convince you otherwise. They want you to believe you need them, that you're better with them, that you're empty without them. So how do you protect yourself? First, you learn to trust yourself. You learn to trust your instinct. When something doesn't feel right, it's because it isn't. Second, you set boundaries. It's not selfish to say no, it's not cold to set boundaries. It's necessary. Third, you recognize that people who truly love you don't make you feel less. They don't make you doubt yourself. They don't isolate you. They support your growth. Zen philosophy speaks of freedom, true freedom. And true freedom never comes from someone who wants you controlled. It comes from within. And now that you know these 8 things a manipulator says, you can recognize when someone is trying to make you their puppet. You can stop. You can walk away. And more importantly, you can love yourself enough not to allow anyone to control you like that. Life is too short to be lived in someone else's shadow. If this video helped open your eyes to something happening right now, leave a comment telling me which of these phrases you've heard. And if you know someone who needs to see this, share it with them, because the truth needs to be heard. Until next time.